Welcome to Emotions and Stories. When you hear a request from someone to stay a bit longer with them, it touches your heart. Do you think you will feel the same way if that request came from silence? Let's begin our today's story, The Silent Request. In the sleepy village of Rajpur, nestled between ancient hills and surrounded by dense bamboo groves, stood an old decrepit house known as the Shastri Villa. Once a grand mansion, it now lay in ruins, its walls covered in moss and its windows shattered. The villagers avoided the house, claiming it was haunted by a silent visitor who watched from the shadows. Vikram was a skeptic, a city boy who had come to visit his grandparents. He laughed off the ghost stories. Ghosts, really? It's just an old house, he scoffed. His cousin Pooja warned him, people hear footsteps at night, but no one's there. They say the visitor watches you in complete silence. Amused, Vikram challenged, I will spend a night there and prove it's all nonsense. At twilight, armed with a flashlight and his bravado, Vikram entered the villa. The air was cold and musty, carrying a scent of decay. The floor creaked under his feet and his flashlight flickered as he moved through the grand hallway. Dust danced in the air, illuminated by faint moonlight flickering through the broken windows. The shadows seemed to move, but Vikram shook it off as his imagination. Seeing nothing but dust and shadows, he muttered. As he moved further inside, he heard a faint whisper. Vikram? He froze, his heart racing. Who's there? His voice echoed through the empty rooms. No one answered, but the whispers continued. Vikram, come closer. He followed the sound to a room at the end of the hallway. It was a bedroom untouched for decades. A broken mirror hung on the wall, its glass cracked, distorting his reflection. The bed was covered in dust and old toys lay scattered on the floor. Then he saw it, in the mirror. A figure standing behind him, cloaked in shadows, face pale, eyes hollow, and a mouth curved in an unnatural smile. It stood completely still, watching him. Vikram spun around, but the room was empty. His reflection showed him alone, but when he looked back at the mirror, the figure was closer. Its empty eyes locked onto his. The room grew colder, his breath fogging in the air. The figure's head tilted unnaturally and its mouth moved. But no sound came out. It was whispering in complete silence. Vikram's legs felt heavy, his body frozen in fear. The figure took another step closer in the reflection. Now, right behind him, its hands reaching out, but when he turned, he was still alone. The mirror shattered suddenly, the glass raining around him. The whispering grew louder, echoing in his head. Stay, 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 stay. He bolted out of the room, running down the hallways, but the shadows chased him, the whispering growing louder. Stay, stay, stay with me. Stay, please, stay. He stumbled out of the villa, the air outside cold and piercing. As he looked back, he saw the figure standing at the window, its hollow eyes watching him, its mouth still whispering in complete silence. The shadows in the villa moved, shifting and twisting as the figure slowly raised its hand and waved, its smile widening unnaturally. Vikram ran through the village, never looking back. He never spoke of that night again. But he knew the silent visitor was still watching, waiting for the next soul to enter its domain. From that day, the villagers whispered the Shastri Villa, where the silent visitor watches from the shadows, whispering in silence, waiting for someone foolish enough to visit. Because some spirits don't need words to call you, they just watch and wait. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Do let us know in the comments what you think about it. Thank you.